Oh, that's much better. Oh, okay. I am going to add some beautiful people, but it's just not liking me. Oh, thanks, Leonie. I just got that. All right, my bad. My bad. All right. If anyone does jump on, can you guys just clap? If that even works. Hashtag. Hi, guys. Hi, Pat. Hi, Leonie. Hey, Christabel. All right, cool. Can you guys hear me? Like, hashtag me live, hashtag me replay, or like Afro in the car, or whatever you guys want to say. Hair on point. Oh, so I wasn't going to do a live today, but my son asked me a really, really great question, and I've been thinking about it quite a lot. And I love how I go live and then my neighbor starts mowing his lawns and put up all my windows. Anyway, so he asked me the other day, I think it was yesterday in the car, and he was like, do you know what a fixed mindset is or a growth mindset? And I was like, well, yeah, I do, but what is it? Can you tell me? So he said that someone had come into his school and they were talking about your mindset and how your mindset is like, you know, something that needs to be strong so that you can accomplish your goals and the tasks that you set yourself to, right? Or for. And he said that a fixed mindset is when someone tries something and then they don't get it right the first time, so then they just give up. And a growth mindset is someone that tries and keeps trying until they accomplish what it is that they've set out for. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. What do you think you are? So he thought about it. He was like, well, I think I'm a growth mindset because I keep trying stuff, you know, like if I lose or if I need to sit out and like reach a goal, I'll keep trying until I've reached it. And I was like, okay, can you give me an example? And so he said, well, when I'm at school, stuff that I have to do at school, I have to, if I don't know the answer or if I don't know how to solve something, I'll keep trying until I solve it. Or if I'm playing a video game, then I'll keep trying levels over and over and over until I get it. And I was like, okay, do you think that they need to just be applied to like those areas of your life? Or do you think that a growth mindset should be to all areas of your life? And he was like, what does that even mean? I thought it was just for problem solving. And I was like, no, baby, I think that if you're going to have a growth mindset, I think that your growth mindset should be in all areas of your life. So he then asked me what that was. And I pointed out to him that you do well in school in the subject that you like, or in the subjects that you have to do well in. Otherwise, you know that there is no reward on the other side. You do well in your games or your video games because you enjoy those and you genuinely want to beat whatever level that you're on, right? And so you keep doing it until you get it, and then you try it, and then you've got a sense of accomplishment because you're like, yeah, I've done this, I'm great, whatever. But what about the things that you don't like? You don't like to do your chores, right? So when you're doing your chores and I tell you, can you please vacuum? Like, he's got a list that he has to do every weekend. And when he comes over and he does his stuff, he's like, he half-asses his vacuum because he wants to go back to doing the things that he enjoys. And I mean, this is just everybody in general. The things that we don't like, we get them done the quickest way possible. And we don't care about what kind of job that it's like that we do to get it done. We don't care that if it's like something that a task that we don't like doing, we do it fast and we do it like slip-slop because we don't care if it turns out to be shit, right? We don't actually care if like the job isn't done great as long as it's done. But that's not what I'm trying to teach him. So I was like, when you vacuum, you miss corners, you don't move anything, you don't move the table, you don't move the couch, you just vacuum around things, even a shoe. You won't even move the shoe out of the way, you'll just vacuum around the shoe. So that growth mindset isn't in place for the things that you don't like. And so if you then apply that to the areas that you are looking at in your life, things that you don't like about yourself, or even things that you may not like about your work, your business, your relationships, your partner, your friends, you do that the fastest way or the easiest way so that you then don't have to put in the work that may make that situation better, and then you may enjoy it or like it. So if you applied a growth mindset to all areas of your life, you then may find that you might start liking tasks that you didn't like before, or they would become easier to do because you were doing them in a growth mindset of how to do this better and how to do this better and how to get this done so that it turns out to be enjoyable, right? So I said to him, the other day you vacuumed and you vacuumed half-assed. You didn't do a good job. You missed all the corners. You didn't sweep up like around under the like corner of the kitchen benches and that. So then when I went to mop, I'm then walking around mopping and I'm picking up after you because you didn't do your job properly. So then you're making my job double the work. So I said, after you finished mopping, you thought, okay, all my chores are done. You came back to me. And you wanted to buy this little thing for your game, which was like $2. And I said, no, I'm not on the phone. I'm on the phone right now. Then you went, you were a bit stroppy, played your game, did your stuff. Then you came back and you were like, Mum, I want to buy this for my game. I've done all my chores. May I please have it? Thinking that because you've done your chores, you then deserve a reward. That's not life. Life doesn't really always work that way, right? There are things that you're always going to have to do that you don't like. And then I said, no, I haven't even checked it. So I got off the phone, I did my mopping, and of course, I'm trying to fix up where he didn't vacuum correctly. Then I go to the kitchen because his other chore is to do the dishes, and then I'll do the big dishes, which is like the pots and stuff like that. And instead of completing all the dishes, he had only half-assed done the dishes. There were still dishes in there. He wanted to use the dishwasher instead of hand washing the dishes. So he was taking the easy way out and then still didn't even complete his chores. So I said, all of this stuff, you're running around and then you're expecting something in advance, like after you've done it, like a reward. But it's not a growth mindset. You're doing it from a fixed mindset because you don't care about the work that you're doing. So you're not putting in any effort that is going to make any kind of job enjoyable or worth doing. And then you still expect a reward for it. And then when you don't get it or the reward is not what you want it to be, you're then shitty and then you blame the task that you had to do. Like, oh, that was shitty because I don't like vacuuming, or that was shitty because my boss is a dick, or he's just mad at me because I didn't do it his way. But have you ever thought that if you're doing someone else's work, it doesn't matter if you don't like it or not, you should still do it 100% and you should still do it to the best of your ability? And maybe if you chuck in a little bit of laughter and fucking joy, you might actually not have to enjoy the task, but enjoy your own self while you're doing something. So then the other person will then see like, oh, cool, they did a great job, blah, 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 blah. Here's a raise. Or you did a great job, righty, take the afternoon off. Like, would that not be a better example of doing something in a growth mindset than coming from life in a fixed mindset? I don't want my daughter to get burnt while she's sitting back there. It's on her shoulder. So when I was explaining to him this way, he was like, oh, you're right. I actually have a fixed mindset, not a growth mindset. Because when I'm doing my tasks, I'm only doing the ones that I enjoy to the best of my ability because I enjoy them. And the tasks that I do not like or the things I don't like, I'm doing it from a fixed point of view because I don't enjoy them. So then I can't grow out of anything except in the part that I do not like. So I'm going to stay fixed on like, I don't like to do this. This is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Instead of thinking, hey, if I get this done properly, that means that I won't have to come back and repeatedly do the same task all over again until it is correct. Would you not rather do it the first time, the right time? Oh, look at that. Isn't that something our parents tell us all the time? If you do it right the first time, then you don't have to come back again. God, now I'm sounding like my mum. So we had this big conversation in the car yesterday, and he was just like, oh my God, I'm half and half. Like, and and then I thought like, this is actually implied to us as adults throughout our life, because we are constantly trying to always seek the joy in only the things that we enjoy instead of in everything that we do. So in things that you do not like, bring joy to that situation and see how much it changes for yourself. And then for the person receiving, if they can feel the energy and the joy and the love and just all around like positivity and goodness you put into tasks that you do not like, that energy leaves a mark for the next person that comes along because it's done well. and it's done with enjoyment, that the person is like, wow, this is really cool, thank you, you know what I mean? Then you've left your mark on that person. So even in tasks that you don't like, whether that's cleaning your house, changing a pooey bum, or even going to a job that you do not like, do it with joy, love, and gratitude. And I promise that if you did that every day and really applied it and changed your mindset, that then that task or that job or that business or that boss or those co-workers, they then become better in your mind because you're doing it with joy. You start to really enjoy life, and you start to really enjoy the things that you do. That when you are moving on to something better, you're like, wow, this is way fucking cooler. But you've actually you keep carrying on that joy into every single situation in your life. It doesn't matter whether you like the task or you don't. So if you could do that and you do it to the best of your ability and always figuring out a better way to do something and coming from a growth mindset of continuously trying to do things in growth, in better, I don't even know, I'm lost for another word, someone help me out. But would that not then seem like your whole life would be fucking enjoyable? I think so. So that was my whole thing yesterday that I've been thinking of. So I thought I would do a Sunday live, which I normally don't. I normally just do a kiddie park one, but I hope that you guys can take that on and then apply it to situations that you don't like, or situations that you may not be like, oh, this is not fun. Try doing it with joy. Try doing it with love, laughter, compassion. Try doing it from a mindset of growth and see how much it then changes. And this is a repetitive thing. Like I always talk about, repetitive positivity, repetitive daily action changes your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I'm going to go because my daughter is going to be getting burnt on one side in a jumper, no less, and get her inside to some aircon. So you guys have an amazing, amazing Sunday. Have a great, great weekend and a great week. Tomorrow is Friday all over again. Every day is Friday. So love you guys. Bye.